Good morning, Twin Cities. Up and Adam. I'm Jack Tomczak. That's Andrew Lee.
Good morning, Jack.
Oh, Jack, you better watch out. He's trying to take your job. Watch out.
You try, lump.
No. I'll leave it to the expert.
Is there one here? Now I'm nervous.
An expert in screaming, yes.
Happy Friday, everybody.
Happy Friday to
Happy
you.
Friday indeed.
I like Sunday sales.
Yeah.
Beer. Let's talk beer.
Beer.
Wrestling's for adults. That's all I got.
That's it?
Thank you for your irrelevant opinion.
I'm also bald.
Hey.
What the hell is going on here?
Lump.
Jeez. Just try to start the show with a little energy. This is what I get
This
for
is
it.
energy.
Andrew
Was
and I
that
were-
not energetic?
Andrew and I were having fun. We don't need you chiming in with obviously hurtful things.
I'm also middle-aged.
Wow.
Obviously middle-aged.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're going to age yourself, you know. You don't just stop at 20.
You're also about to be fired.
Yeah, it's awkward. Wait till 9.
Do it after the show.
On the show today, we're going to be talking about the Jason Lewis Star Tribune controversy. Dr. John Lott, who wrote the foreword for Jason Lewis's book, will be joining us over the phone. We're going to do a little bit of news from my home state,
I've
Wisconsin. It's jam-packed with morons.
you know, I collect stories
Drunk
every day.
morons, too.
And we don't get to them, and the stories pile up. They start to overflow a little bit. And I was looking at some of my stories that I've collected, and I realized I have a glut
I am the collector.
odd Wisconsin news. So I figured, let's do a Wisconsin news bag today.
Or
So weird.
otherwise
It is
known as Wisconsin News.
Bag.
So if you've collected it over time, are you just going to be reading us old stories?
A lot of the stuff's from 1989.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
Yeah, I've been doing this for a long time.
Today's a big day for him. He's been waiting. His car has just been filled with stories. There's,
Back in 1987 in Eau Claire.
there's mimeographs in there. Anybody? Andrew knows what I'm talking about. And at 8 o'clock, Congressman, that time is not right. At 8:15, Congressman Tom Emmer is going to be joining us over the phone. I think he'll be in D.C. by then. And also your parody song contest at 8:40. Do you know what the prize is for that? Find out and let me know. 5 news stories, 5 songs. It's the highlight of everybody's week,
It's the best segment in all of radio.
as I am required to say in my contract.
I added that in there.
Yep. That's
Yep. Well, it's a compromise.
what
you
it's
know.
like to work here.
You won't
Compromise to
believe
what?
some of the things I wrote parody songs about this week.
Andrew, nobody wants an in-detail song about you being sick. And then I went to the bathroom again.
Songs about my naps. I just write parody songs about everything.
Happy anniversary to my parents, 45 years married today. I'm glad they got married. Worked out better for me because I exist now. That's good.
I suppose.
Yeah.
I suppose. For you.
It's all a matter of perspective.
Works well for you.
Yeah. I mean, not it's bad for you guys, but for me, it's good.
Did you watch the debate last night?
I caught some clips afterward. Everybody in my family's sick and angry, so I was doing a lot of parenting last night.
What are they angry about?
Being sick,
That is frustrating.
and there's a spectrum of rationality of everybody in my house. I got some young people who just want to yell when they're sick.
Yeah.
So I did not watch it live, but I did catch some clips. You?
I was late getting into it. I'd forgotten that it had started, so I jumped into it late, but I caught most of it.
Your mind changed? Are you on the Trump wagon?
It's the best way to put this. I'm resigning myself to what I feel is almost inevitable at this point, which is a Trump nomination.
Trump nominated, you said.
Do you think it's inevitable?
I'm beginning to feel that way, yeah. I mean, last night, I thought Cruz and Rubio did a pretty good job of going after Trump aggressively, especially Rubio. I thought
Trying
Rubio
to stop the Trump train.
trying to stop that Trump momentum, and I thought Rubio especially stood out a little more. But I thought they both did a really solid job of going after Trump substantively. I mean, not just, not the way Trump goes after people by calling them losers and, fat and mama's boys.
Well, that's what I would expect from a fat loser mama's boy.
Right, exactly. But I thought they did a solid job of going after him. Then they did spend some time, Cruz and Rubio, going after each other, which I thought was a mistake. I thought every minute that they spent attacking each other was a minute that took them further away from the nomination. They needed to focus all of their fire on Trump. And for the most part, I felt like they did. But coming out of the debate this morning, looking at some data, all the polling still shows Trump won. Everybody, it doesn't matter what he does.
Mm-hmm. No.
It doesn't matter what he does. People still, there it is. Donald Trump was the resounding winner of Thursday night's Republican presidential debate in Houston, according to 2 online surveys. A Drudge Report survey that attracted more than 120,000 votes, 63% said Trump won the debate. Time magazine with 17,000 people, Trump took 71%. Now, granted, online polls aren't scientific, but they are a barometer.
Sure.
And those, those are solid numbers. Now we'll get some more data today, I'm sure, of people's reaction to the debate. But I was watching it last night, and I'm watching Trump thinking, this guy's a tool. I mean, there were a couple of things that he said that I was like, okay, I can get on board with that. I can get on board with that. But it was nothing original, and it was nothing really deep or substantive.
Sure.
But still, applause lines for everything he said. Online polls show him winning. So yeah, I kind of feel like I don't know how Cruz or Rubio are going to slow Trump down unless one of them drops out and all the support for that one goes to the other one. As long as they're both in there sort of triangulating this race, I think Trump's going to continue to win with, 30-something percent, 40%, depending on the state. And they're going to both be in the mid to upper 20s. And I think that's going to be the pattern going forward. One of them needs to drop out and full-throatedly put their support behind the other.
Well,
I don't really care which one at this point.
Well, it's not going to be Rubio because he's got everybody telling him that he's the last hope. It's not going to be Cruz because he's on a mission from God. So
yeah. So I think this is what we end up with.
So it'll be Trump, Clinton.
Who do you think?
And Gary Johnson.
Who do you think could win between Trump and Clinton if they're the nominees?
Nobody knows.
I think Trump.
I don't believe anybody who says they do because Donald Trump.
Nobody knows,
is a whole different animal.
If I had to lay a $5 bet on it right now, I would put that $5 on Trump.
People rallied behind Donald Trump, going after nice people that people like. People sided with him over Megyn Kelly, who was smart, pretty, and delightful.
Right.
And he was crude. Imagine him going after Hillary Clinton, somebody who is completely unlikable.
Yep.
Her own husband doesn't even like her.
Maybe
Maybe Trump walks away with this. I don't think anybody. It's like sports. People call things at the beginning of the season, and most people are wrong. Nobody ever goes back and calls them on that. Nobody really knows. People who think they know or say they know often have different agendas, and
predictions made now. You can't account for things you don't know are going to happen.
Right.
And crazy things happen during election seasons.
As Mitt Romney said, Donald Trump may have something in his taxes.
We don't know.
Or may not.
He might. He might not.
Could happen.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Donald Trump made actually a really good point, though. He was asked about that, and I'll give Donald Trump a little bit of credit on this one.
No dum-dum.
He said, you don't learn anything about a person's wealth from their tax returns. You learn about their economic activity over the course of that 1 year, but you don't learn anything about people's wealth. And that prompted a few people to tweet, and I agree, is why are we so obsessed with getting politicians' tax returns?
I think
what do we hope to learn from that?
What have we ever done with it?
The only thing that you ever get that's of any notoriety out of a tax return is occasionally you'll get the politician who has tremendous wealth but donated nothing to charity, and then you can shame them a little bit.
Yeah, and
you can wag your finger at them.
We learned,
and then we all move on, and it doesn't really affect or change anything.
Was it 2014? We learned that I gave more to charity than Mark Dayton did. A multimillionaire.
Right.
But that's it.
Right.
It's not like There's no line in your taxes, I know, because I used to do my own taxes, where it says, check this box if you're lying and cheating on your taxes.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know why we demand these. I don't know why people care. I think half of it is probably wealth envy. All right,
I think that's part of it, but I think another part of it is just want to make sure you're giving money to charity, because if you're not, then we can shame you.
we can do this.
Yeah.
It's so subtle you can't even hear it on the radio. All right, let's take a break and come back with the news bag. Andrew, what's the top of the news bag?
We had a little legislative session preview yesterday with Dayton and Doubt, and apparently there were some fireworks.
Ooh, all that and more.